Okay, the last video is titled "They Don't Need to Ask for My Perspective." It sounds like tough. I don't know. Does it seem? And the fact is, I'm not always right. So, even when I'm not right, maybe it's cringe. It's still a thing not to try to drive it away, right? Because we got to deal with this kind of thing. It's kind of like, it's not a point for me to try to make that. But don't you have to negotiate all energies? So that's all I'm saying. It's like, even if it's not for like me being stoic or brave or resilient to say that they don't have to ask for my perspective, even if I'm not always right, you got to hear what I got to say doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to come out balanced, like it's going to come out without the monster aspect, the monstrous soul. The soul is a monster. A monster is like a perfectly symmetrical symbol, like a circle or an X, a Safeway. The S on Safeway is not safe. The S on Superman's chest is not an S. It's a Safeway. If you know, Safeway is a supermarket, but it's not Safeway. It's Safeway, and the symbol is that looks like an S. You can cross it. It's a beast. It's a beast. I don't know why that's important. That's like bull crap. Oh yeah, bull crap. No, because a beast for the fertility rights would include a bull as a divine feminine principle. The Brahma, or the Brahma Mama, the Bashket. I make Bashket, and like Beshket, like with the long horns, like on Doug. You watch Doug, they've got hair that goes out like that. There's a bull that has horns that goes out like that. And this divine feminine archetype because the fertility rights is where it's like you can rejuvenate and multiply. It has to do with multiplying, right? And the seasons, like the seasons, like a harvest moon or something like that. That might get me killed on Sirius, because even joking around, if you don't know exactly why you're there, the Netaroos will throw lightning bolts at you, and then you see why Frylik has that jewel on his back or something like that. It's a reflect. It's like I don't know. The star Sirius B is supposed to have like because iron is the death of a star, the supernova, whatever. But compressed iron makes diamonds, right? The heavy metal is the metal that takes the longest to make, but iron is like one of the earlier heavy metals or something like that. Like precious stones like gold and silver took longer. the ones that we really value the most, or just the ones that took longer. Damn, I got off on a tangent. It could be that. It could just be a tangent, right? Because what if I have math? What if I don't? You know what I'm saying? Because there's math is before science. And then, so you'd have to admit that I have some science. But, I mean, I'm a Naga, though. Nagas, boat makers, right? Study tide pools and, like undulations and symbols for shit like that end up on the remote control. Solomon's Temple was in the Savannah. The Savannah Sticks. It's the Savannah Sticks. Oh, shit. We're using the energy on the sex magic. If you know what I'm talking about, Savannah Sticks. It was compression in a hydraulic chamber for an airlock to preserve papyrus, or I guess it was papyrus or something. Scrolls. Elder Scrolls. The lower keys. Knowledge is the keys. No, I don't want to say knowledge is the keys. But it ends up on the remote control, you know what I mean? To pause, the pause button. I'm being hypothetical about everything, but that's just my personality. I'm just like, I'm just kind of like not sure that I'm with, I don't know if it's not good or bad or wrong or right or reason or anything like that. Whatever works. Try whatever works. You'll find it's to the Jed. The Jed works. You're just gonna rediscover the Jed. It's good. That's what we're supposed to do. We're already the Jed. Like, you're supposed to be the Jed. It's like some new dynastic stuff. I don't know. It's like bent on determinism. You know what I mean? Then they had come up with a system of lattices and pulleys to amplify the power output, the yield of power from pack animals, humans, and everything. Then it could just sit there if it's constituted of the right minerals with the containing the fiery temposity. Like, the reason they liked the quality of, or the context given structure of something to make it crystalline, shit is magic. And also who's supposed to know about it and who's supposed to not know about it, and who's it's for, and who, you know what I mean? That's the Jed, right? Oh, damn it. This is that shit that if I ever hit on this shit, is people are like, oh, you know what? Gotta go. And maybe they're right, because then they know it takes a certain amount of consideration and time, and you can't learn anything in an hour. You can't teach anything in an hour. You can't learn anything. It takes more than an hour to learn anything. But even if that's the thing about being a stat and being collected for science, is that you don't even know what these fucking scientists consider to be, worth investigating. Like, to be on some amazing shit, and you're a repository and a key to unlock a world of usefulness or something. That's not what they're looking for. Useful as what? Fucking, you know what I mean? Smoked in a blunt. That's useful.